Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown 205 live results, as well as some other companies as well. You got birthdays. There wasn't any for July 30th, and this is for the SmackDown episode for July 30th. July 31st, only one birthday, Kid Cash. He was born in 1969. WWE officially announced the match on Twitter this afternoon between Ziggler and Miz, reigniting their rivalry from Raw and SmackDown earlier this month. It was recently reported that WWE had no plans to do Miz versus Ziggler at SummerSlam, but now they are, courtesy of the results from SmackDown as well. 2019 SummerSlam pay-per-view takes place on August the 11th from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at the Scotia Bank Arena. New WWE Ride-Along episode at this link with Ricochet and Aleister Black riding in one car and Heavy Machinery in the other is now live on the WWE Network. And this video is a clip with Ricochet and Black talking about a rough 11-day tour with the main roster and WWE NXT as well. Ricochet also talks about tweaking his back during an entrance with Black. Indie star Marco Stunt took to Twitter and revealed a big 23rd birthday present he received with a contract from AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Comments on, "It's my 23rd birthday, and I can't think of any other way to celebrate than by announcing something huge. I would like to announce that I have officially signed with AEW." On Twitter is AE Wrestling. "Thank you to everyone who has supported me and everyone at AEW. This is just the beginning," Stunt wrote. Marco made his AEW debut at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view in late May, participating in the Casino Battle Royal on the buy-in pre-show. He entered at number 7 and was eliminated by Ace Romero. Without picking up any eliminations at all, Stunt then accompanied Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy to the ring and Fight for the Fallen earlier this month for the triple threat tag team match against Angelico and Jack Evans. And winners, the Dark Order. Stunt also worked the All-In event in 2018, participating in the over-budget Battle Royal on the pre-show. Being the late episode 163 can be found at this link, full episode. WWE Superstar NXT 205 Live competitor Humberto Carrillo was married over the weekend. His wife posted on her Instagram, Tania, revealed that they tied the night in Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, Mexico. At this link, Carrillo continues to work the WWE NXT and 205 Live. He teamed with Raw Mendoza last Tuesday night for a battle of the brands win over Grand Metalik and Kalisto on 205 Live from last week. Stay tuned towards the end of the video to see if he even wrestled on this week's show. 4 generations of McMahons have been involved with WWE, going back to Vince McMahon's grandfather, Jess. However, not every member of the family is involved in the business, as Vince's older brother, supposedly twin brother, Rod, has no ties to wrestling outside of familiar ties. Can be found in this link. And look who's with him, Ryback, discussing Rod McMahon in the video. Conversation with the big guy, Ryback. And thanks to courtesy of Wrestling Inc. for posting this news. The Rock comments on his cousin Roman Reigns hitting a cameraman filming a scene in the movie Hobbs and Shaw. Rock wrote, "Hey, my cousin and Roman Reigns had great aim. Our A camera operator, Lucas Bielin, is one of the best in Hollywood. And now we know he can take a wooden club to the skull and keep on rocking. We love you, brother Lucas. You're our champion and tougher than $2 steak. This will always be one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Despite the KO, Roman fools and completely dominates in our movie. Very proud of him acting in his very first film Hobbs and Shaw in theaters this coming Friday as they open up. And you can see it at this link on Instagram, which includes Reigns in the video, and it looks like a lead pipe, but I guess they're wooden. They're made like they're steel pipes. WWE once again changed main event for tonight's SmackDown episode from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. The new match is a non-title champion versus champion bout with U.S. champion AJ Styles going up against WWE champion Kofi Kingston. The new Raw Tag Team champions Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson will be at ringside with AJ, while SmackDown Tag Team champions Big E and Xavier will be at ringside for Kofi. Thus, she got the golden ticket thing again. Also noted, Vince McMahon reportedly ordered a complete rewrite of the Blue Brands episode. This was confirmed when WWE announced a six-man match with the OC versus the New Day. A change from the original plans of Big E and Woods versus Elias and Drew McIntyre. Now WWE has scrapped the six-man match for Styles versus Kofi to singles match. No word yet on if Big E, Woods, and Gallows and Anderson will be in action. But since I had dang good feed this week, they were in action. They were just at ringside. Did they get involved? You'll hear from the results. This match is a change from the earlier announced plan from the first one, which had Big E and Woods facing Elias and Drew McIntyre in non-title action. Vince McMahon reportedly called the rewrite, thanks to F4W Online for that and Pro Wrestling Sheet for that news. NXT superstar Karen Q announced on social media this morning that she's going to be out of action after breaking her leg during the current NXT road trip. Karen teamed up with Bianca Belair against Rhea Ripley and Reina Gonzalez at last night's NXT live event in Atlanta, Georgia. Unfortunately, I won't be able to finish the hashtag NXT road trip. I'm so proud of the matches I had this weekend and grateful to have the best family, friends, and co-workers. My leg is broken, but I will be back. Thanks to all who have reached out and showed me love. Hashtag hold my drink. I'll be back. No word yet on how long she'll be out of action, but Karen first signed with NXT back in February. The Rock and Roman Reigns recently spoke with Yahoo to promote the new Hobbs and Shaw movie, which hits theaters on Friday. Rock said Reigns was the first name they thought of when discussed who would play his brother in the movie. As we were putting together the story of Hobbs and Shaw, we thought who can be my brother? Obviously, the first name that popped up was Roman. Rock said, but in real life, they're cousins. It was a crazy process for me. I read for the role. Reigns said, let me just be clear to everyone. He read for the role because we don't believe in nepotism. We do believe in taking care of each other. But he's got to earn it, Rock added. The Rock also praised Reigns for being versatile and adapting to the movie set. There are a lot of qualities about Roman, that made him appealing to the global audience, Rock said. Obviously, it shows when he's able to make a transition like this. And the very first day, first take, bang, he knocked it out of the park. It was a very great feeling because then I was like, mic drop, BS, look at my cousin. Reigns added, to be out here in Hawaii to experience this manna has been overwhelming in the best way. And since you're right here, thank you. Oh, well, of course, Rock responded. MLW episode for this week's action. Fusion is here at this link. Episode number 68. WWE still had Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor and the King's Court segment advertised for SmackDown. Also on the show, Hall of Famer Trish Stratus joins the King's Court with Jery the King Lawler. WWE posted another update on Seth Rollins following last night's Raw attack by Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, and noted that Rollins has requested that WWE not release any information regarding his medical condition. As noted, the storyline was that Rollins was undergoing a series of evaluations following last night's brutal attack by Lesnar. Also noted, WWE and Netflix have announced that The Big Show will begin filming Friday, August the 9th in Los Angeles. The new live-action multi-camera family comedy series will run for 10 30-minute episodes. As it's on Netflix, also starring Allison Munn and kid actress Raylynn Castor, Juliet Donenfeld, and Lily Brooks O'Brien. The Big Show focuses on the teenage daughter of Big Show, a retired world-famous WWE superstar, who is not really his daughter, who comes in to live with him, his wife and 2 other daughters. The big man quickly becomes outnumbered and outsmarted and is no longer the center of attention. Also, Triple H and Big Show posted on their social media accounts and really excited to get back to work and join the cast of crew of what will be a fun project. Amazing partnership between at Netflix and at WWE, and thrilled to play a big role in it. Big Show tweeted, but Triple H said, a massive opportunity for at WWE and at WWE The Big Show in our continued partnership with at Netflix. A big congratulations to Show, one of our most storied and tenured superstars. Unquote. Ring of Honor has undergone many changes recently, ranging from much of the Bullet Club heading to AEW and the promotion ending its partnership with NWA. Flip Gordon has been there throughout all of it, and he talks about the Guerrillas of Destiny being part of Ring of Honor when Gordon spoke to Wrestling Inc. on the weekly podcast. It can be found on this link. NXT tapings scheduled for Wednesday, September 11th and Thursday, September 12th for Full Sail University quickly sold out after going on sale this past Friday morning. Taping should cover most of the build to the TakeOver War Games 3 event during Survivor Series weekend on Saturday, November 23rd. The next NXT tapings are scheduled for Thursday, August 15th from Full Sail, just days after TakeOver Toronto 2 event during SummerSlam weekend. Former TNA and Ring of Honor star Chris Sabin is now working as a guest trainer at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando this week. As he commented on Twitter, they showed a picture of the Performance Center logo. This news posted on from July 27th. Alexa Bliss showed off a new tattoo on the social media. One with the phrase "Stand out." Another one that said "You can," and that can be found in this link. On her Instagram story, Bliss said the standout tattoo was from her love of Disney and Powerline, a character from a Goofy movie from 1995. And that link, it just has a picture of the tattoo. Former WWE and Impact Wrestling star John Morrison, aka real name John Hennigan, shared the news that he's getting extremely advanced stem cell treatment for injuries that have been bothering him for the last 18 years. In his Instagram post of this link, Morrison explained that he's excited to be heading to Medellin, Colombia to receive an advanced treatment, and that anyone who is suffering from an orthopedic injury to traumatic brain injury to rare autoimmune disease to reach the company BioAccelerator. Go to that link to see what exactly it said. Also, other news, Alex Riley appeared back on Facebook under his name Kevin Kiley. And he said that he may be returning to wrestling after he gets some back surgery, much needed back surgery. He's been putting off for over a year. Back to Morrison, he said for the past few years, Morrison has been in Impact Wrestling as Johnny Impact. And other promotions, Johnny Mundo. Through earlier this month, he was reportedly that his Impact contract has expired, and he did not resign. So now he's a free agent. Ring of Honor episode 409. This week's can be found in this link. PWG announced the Jungle Boy as the 16th entrant for the 2019 Battle of Los Angeles this September. Only 8 spots remain. The winner of the tournament will receive a shot at the PWG World Championship. SCU will face OBE at Destiny World Wrestling Icons 2 event on Friday, August 9th in Toronto during SummerSlam weekend. Also on the show, Mustache Mountain will be facing Josh Alexander and Michael Elgin. Tennille Dashwood also signed with Impact Wrestling, and she's also in that event. Joey Ryan and others are also scheduled to appear. You can get more details and purchase the tickets at DestinyWorldWrestling.com. MLW will return to New York on December 5th with Opera Cup at the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on Monday, August 5th at operacup.com. You can learn more about the tournament at MLW.com. Some of the stars signed to compete and appear include World Heavyweight Champion Jacob Fatu. If you don't remember, he's a member of the Samoan Dynasty faction. And Roman Reigns' cousin, along with The Rock. World Middleweight Champion Teddy Hart, David Hart Smith, David Boy Smith Jr., Brian Pillman Jr., Selena De La Renta, National Openweight Champion Alex Hammerstone, MJF, Mance Warner, Low Key, Love Park, and Hijo De La Park, the Von Erichs, and many others. Tickets start at just $20. There are limited VIP tickets available, which include early entry at 5:30, featuring pre-show meet and greet with select MLW fighting athletes. Please note that the general admission are the $20 advance sales, $25 at the day of the event at the door. AEW posted this video of Joey Janela and Darby Allin fighting in a parking lot, spoofing Janela's almost fight with Enzo Amore earlier this month at a Blink 182 concert in Holmdel, New Jersey. Blink 182 actually made a cameo at the event of the video, which led lead singer Mark Hoppus asking, "Again, Janela, what the F?" Go to that link to see the action. Okay, more news about Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma, as she did sign with Impact this week. Dashwood will make her Impact debut in Mexico City, Mexico on August 15th and 16th tapings. Probably 2 nights of tapings. 2 weeks of tapings. But that's all they did at the previous tapings last week. Even though he is best known for starring in movies like I Know What You Did With Last Summer, she's all about that at Scooby-Doo. Freddie Prinze Jr. had a short stint as a member of the WWE creators team. While Prinze would contribute to the SmackDown brand, he would also conduct acting workshops with the talent. During an interview with Ariel Helwani's MMA show, at this link, Prinze revealed that the only WWE star he ever had a problem with during his time with the company was John Cena. He don't want to see him. John Cena and I were the only ones that really didn't get along, revealed Prinze. It got to the point where, and I respect what John Cena brought to WWE, he had to hold that company on his shoulders during the PG era when no one else wanted to. That could have been Hunter, but he didn't want that cross. He wanted it to be more rated R and do the stuff he liked to do. John took that upon himself. So for that, fans should be grateful, because it's what made the company enough money to go to the direction that hopefully we all want it to go to. Prinze then recounted Cena interrupting one of his promo classes. Cena's antics forced Prinze to have a one-on-one conversation with him outside of the building. But we did not get along, Prinze continued. He did not like that I was there. He called me Ashton Kutcher for like the first 3 months that I was there, and walked into one of the acting classes in the middle of it and just sat down in the middle of the class in between 2 wrestlers. And I said, "Yo, man, let me talk to you outside for a bit." He comes outside, and I'm not one to have a conversation with some giant musclehead dude, but I'm not going to take crap off of anybody, or otherwise, you're dead in that company. So we go outside, and I'm like, look, bro, you're not in this class because you know how to do this. You don't want to teach these guys or girls, so let me do my job. Let me do what Vince wants me to do, and just stay out of here. To his credit, he goes, look, I know I approach this stuff in a barbaric sort of way, but you either got it or you don't. I said, dude, you're right about that, but you can get better or worse, depending on the type of instruction you have, and do you want them to have instruction from Vince in the promo class, or from me? Prince then gave an example of Vince running a promo class. There was one time that Vince asked Wade Barrett and Sheamus to pretend to act like dogs who were wanting to fight. Sheamus accidentally said at one point that he was having an out-of-body experience. Vince was incensed and told him that he's a dog and he can't talk. Barrett then barked and Vince flipped out, yelled and threw a table over before heading out. Prince then suggested that he could handle the classes, which is when he took over. Go more. You want to learn more about the video? Go to it and see what. I just went to the main point. Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara has been announced for the first ever AEW on TNT TV episode. AEW on TNT will premiere live from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 2 hours on Wednesday nights, starting October 2nd, from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. It's believed that the title of the AEW TV show will be revealed soon, along with the dates and locations for other upcoming TV tapings. Hall of Famer Jery the King Lawler filed a wrongful lawsuit last Friday against Hardeman County, Tennessee, over the death of his son. Former WWE Tag Team Champions Brian Christopher Lawler, Grandmaster Sexy, who passed away at the age of 46 on July 29, 2019. According to Memphis Commercial Appeal, Lawler's attorney said that they are also seeking a court order that will require Doolin to immediately make changes to the jail so no more suicides in confinement can happen. And he also wants Sheriff Don Doolin to make changes at the Hardeman County Jail to protect inmates from future harm. More news on that. Brian was, if you didn't know, Brian was found hung in a jail cell by his shoestrings, and the official cause of death was ruled a suicide. But family disputes this. Lawler alleges numerous failures of the county and its employees that resulted in the wrongful death of his son. As a member of Los Guerreros, Chavo Guerrero comes from a prominent wrestling family. A contemporary who does the same is Randy Orton, who is a third-generation superstar. And Chavo talked about Orton's ability in the ring and what makes him so special when he spoke to Wrestling Inc. in this week's weekly podcast additionally. He's so good, his timing is impeccable. His presence in the ring is so good, he's got you from the entrance to his exit, and he commands the audience, Guerrero said of Orton. I remember the first time I saw him do that vibrate thing, and I thought to myself, man, why did I not think of that? That's so cool. You can really feel it. He just confronts with the fans so well. He's special for sure. In addition to wrestling, Guerrero also serves as an actor and trainer for the Netflix series Glow, who also was telling you about Alex Riley, who was on with the first season of the Netflix series Glow. He also talked about what fans can expect with the season 3 approaching. The first 2 seasons, Alex had some time off, so he might be taking that time off to have his back surgery. Well, back to Chavo. Comments, man, every year the talent is topping each other. The executive producers understand that they have an audience coming back, and you have to give them something better or different than before. So every year that they are topping the previous year, said Guerrero. What's cool is that the character building is in season 3 is amazing. And you can get to meet the new characters. You get to see who they are and what they're about. It's the same executive producer as Orange is the New Black. And if you're a fan of that show, you know that not every character is touched on in the season. In the next season, they touch on a new character. That's the M.O. we're going for. You'll see characters that you haven't seen the backstory yet. You'll see more of them, as well as some pretty good wrestling. Guerrero then talked about how his role as fight coordinator for the wrestling scenes changed now that they are in season 3 and the cast knows how to wrestle a bit. Well, the actual glow on TV, I've seen the first 8 episodes and they just stopped. Unknown where they were because the previous champion was Tessa Blanchard in that company where they ended it. And they were doing reruns. Guerrero then talked about how it was. Okay, I already did that. It's a little different than the first season when they didn't even know how to step in the ring and climb through the ropes. Now it's different. I can't say they are seasoned veterans, but they catch up really fast. I always get them for a month before we start the season, and with the last year in just 1 week, we're back to where we're at, revealed Guerrero. Jimmy Hart has been in the pro wrestling business for over 40 years and has worked for WWE, WCW, and TNA, amongst other promotions. It was during his time in WCW that Hart met none other than AJ Styles. And once the promotion was bought by WWE, Hart then brought Styles to his own promotion, XWF. Hart talked more about the early days of Styles' career when he spoke with VOC Nation's Wrestling at this link, the BradyHicks.com. He talked about when WCW broke up, we started a company called XWF. We shot it out of the Universal Studios. Sable was the GM. Roddy Piper was the commissioner. We had the Road Warriors, the Nasty Boys, Kurt Hennig, Hulk Hogan. But one of the talents that I found years before that and wanted to bring in was a guy named AJ Styles, said Hart. We had him at 8 of our tapings because I thought this guy was unbelievable. I'm just happy to see him finally get with the WWE so the whole world can see what he really can do. Hart was a WCW fixture during the Monday Night Wars, so he knows about competing with WWE. He was then asked about AEW's chances to knock off WWE and become the top pro wrestling promotion. Go to that link to see what he said about that. SmackDown opened up with a pre-recorded video from Shane McMahon. Let me go back get dark match. Before SmackDown, where the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee saw Heavy Machinery beat the B-Team in tag team action. We opened up the show with a video from Shane McMahon, apparently not at the show, filmed on his phone by video. Shane announced that he will not be on tonight's show. Fans cheer in the arena. Shane says he knows everyone will be sad that he's not here. He blames it on Kevin Owens. We didn't see footage of recent events between Shane and Owens. Shane says he's working on himself now. His life coach sat him down and said he needs to relax himself because he will get what he wants. Owens at SummerSlam. Shane says he now feels so good, he's ready to go. Shane says Owens' career will be over at SummerSlam, and then the announcer will hand him the mic, and he will admit to Shane, the better man in front of the world, and then he will say he quits. Fans in the arena boo as the video ended. Live from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, Tom Phillips welcomes us to SmackDown. He chimed in by Corey Graves and returning back Byron Saxton. Graves says Daniel Bryan will finally make his career-altering announcement later on. Apparently he didn't know that they wasn't going to have it. Also, Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles in a King's Court segment with Hall of Famer Trish Stratus and Jery the King Lawler. Roman Reigns will be here to make his SummerSlam challenge. We go to ring out first comes Kevin Owens. We see what Owens did to Shane McMahon at last week's SmackDown to end the show from last week. Owens then mocks Shane not being here tonight and says, "We will all get through it together." Like he's acting like he's about to cry. Owens says everyone will stay strong and make it through the night without Shane. "We will all be all right." Owens addresses the camera and Shane and says maybe SmackDown can be about what it should be about tonight, the talent, and not Shane's stupid face. Owens wants Shane to bring his stupid face and body to SummerSlam because it's one-on-one, and Shane may be at peace with whatever crap his life coach is feeding him, but he is not going to quit because he will beat Shane. Owens goes on and says he will prove that Shane does not belong in the ring with people like him. Owens says Shane may still continue to show up after the beating, and people can't prevent that because of his last name, but Owens can't make Shane realize that this is not his show or his ring. It's a Kevin Owens show. And the fans pop for that. As he drops the mic, music interrupts, and out comes Drew McIntyre as he makes his way out for an announcement himself. Drew says that Owens as he talks too much. Drew says Shane forgot to mention in the video that it will be Drew versus Owens tonight. Drew then asks Owens if Owens likes that. Owens goes to speak, but Drew rocks him with a microphone in the face. Drew takes the fight outside of the ring, tosses him over the announce table, and Drew takes another mic and tells Owens to dust himself off because that match begins now. We go to commercial. Drew versus Kevin. Back for the break. Match is already underway. Drew goes right to work on Kevin and takes control. McIntyre works Owens around and covers for an early pin attempt. Owens tries to find an opening, but Drew shuts him down and overpowers him. Drew with another 2 count. Keeps Owens grounded more. The hold is finally broken as Drew continues to beat Owens while he's down, taking his time and talking trash. Drew keeps control and covers for another pin attempt. Drew takes it to the corner, but Owens blocks the shot and starts to fight back. They trade shots, but Drew runs shoulder first into the ring post as Owens moves out of the way. Owens follows up with a corner cannonball for a pop. Drew kicks out at 2. Fans rally for Owens now as he goes up top. Drew rocks him and cuts him off. Drew then goes for the superplex, but Owens resists, knocking him down to the mat with a headbutt. Owens leaps on with a frog splash, covers for a 2 count. Back to commercial. Back from the break. Owens flies with a big swanton again from the top rope. Fans pop as Owens follows up with a senton for a close 2 count. Owens then waits for Drew to get up. Drew blocks the center and hits a glass cow kiss headbutt. That's what they call it. None other than just a basic headbutt. Ew. Drew drives Owens into the mat with a side slam for another close 2 count. Drew waits for Owens to get up. Charges for the Claymore kick, but Owens shuts him down with a super kick himself. Fans rally for Owens again. Owens super kicks Drew back into the ropes. Drew blocks a pop-up powerbomb, but Owens comes right back with another pop-up powerbomb attempt. Drew kicks out at 2. Fans cheer Owens on as he goes back to the top. Drew cuts him off and chops him down. Drew climbs up to the top himself, pounds on Owens. As Drew scoops Owens on his back, hits a big super Celtic cross, but still can't get the pinfall. Fan chat, "This is awesome now." They end up on the floor as Drew shows some frustration. Drew brings Owens on top of the announce table as the referee yells at him to get down. Owens takes advantage of the referee distracting Drew and drops him with a stunner out of nowhere. And they both make it back in the ring. Owens super kicks Drew again. Owens immediately follows up with a stunner for the pin and the win. After the match, Owens stands tall as the music plays. We got a replay. Drew holds his jaw and looks on from the stage as he's selling the stunner. As Owens celebrates in the ring. Kayla Braxton is backstage with Dolph Ziggler. Kayla says the roster is upset with his actions from last week. She shows us a replay of Ziggler dropping the Hall of Famer HBK with sweet chin music during the Miz TV segment with The Miz. Ziggler mocks superstars for being upset and crying about it on Twitter. He mocks Michaels and says Miz got dropped because he didn't belong in the wrestling ring. Ziggler also takes another shot at Goldberg and says Michaels made the biggest mistake of his life when he put his hands on him. But Seth Rollins got revenge for him on Raw. Ziggler goes on with the insults and brings up his SummerSlam match with The Miz. Ziggler says Miz isn't even the best wrestler in his own house. Ziggler says he's more afraid of Maurice. Ziggler also takes shot at Finn Balor ahead of tonight's match and says Balor lives in the past. Ziggler says he is the headliner, the main event. The best dang thing that's going today. And walks off in a second. What? Ember Moon's backstage when Bayley walks up. Bayley says they are teaming tonight, but she hasn't forgotten about the eclipse from last week. Bayley goes on and says they will get through tonight, but Moon will regret it if she tries to pull something again. Bayley walks off, and Moon stares at her, smiling as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Aleister Black is backstage somewhere. Black says he can't help but to think he's different. Not in an aesthetic way. He feels different and talks different. Black goes on and references how Cesaro answered his call for a fight at Extreme Rules. Black then calls Mr. Cesaro a true man and salutes him. Black asks how he moves on from this to write the next chapters of his book. Black then says he's once again in his self-imposed prison, this purgatory, sitting here waiting a little less patiently this time for anybody to catch on to what he's trying to do for himself. And that ends the promo. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon and Bayley. I got to saw part of this match as my feed only time during this match messed up. And I'll be getting my satellite back next week. Actually, my brother paid for the satellite. As we both had financial problems this month, but we will get it back going. Then we go out to the ring. First comes Ember Moon, followed by her SummerSlam opponent, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are out next. Bell rings and Moon starts off with Bliss. Moon takes control and drop kicks Bliss to the mat. Moon tags in Bayley, but Bliss rams her back in the corner. Bliss charges, but Bayley sends her into the top turnbuckle. Bayley keeps control on the outside and Cross approaches. Cross and Bayley yell at each other. Moon runs the ropes and nails a suicide dive on Cross. Right there, right before she did the suicide dive, is where my feed went out. When I got it back on, the match was already over and the next match was going. Bliss and Cross are both down again on the floor. Moon and Bayley have words and face off as we go to commercial. Back for the break, Cross traps Bayley in an apron cover on the outside. Cross unloads and tags Bliss in. Bliss runs and drop kicks Bayley from behind while she's trapped in the apron. Bliss brings Bayley back in the ring for a 2 count. Cross tags back in and they double team Bayley in the corner. Cross takes Bayley back to the corner and makes another tag for more double teaming. Bayley counters and tosses Cross out of the ring. Bliss stops Bayley from tagging. Cross and Moon both tag at the same time. Moon unloads on Cross and hits an insecurity Bliss. Moon drops Cross again and kips up for a pop. Moon with a running hip attack to Cross and Bliss at the same time in the corner, sandwiching them. Moon goes to the top, hits it, nails the eclipse on Cross, who pushed Bliss out of the way to save her by taking the move. Bliss takes advantage and comes from behind to level Moon. Bliss ends up going to the top for a twist of Bliss on Moon. Bliss covers for the pin to win. What happened to Bayley? Don't know. After the match, Bliss's music hits and she makes her exit with Cross. Bayley checks on Moon while she's down in the middle of the ring. Bayley grabs Moon and drops her with a Bayley belly suplex out of nowhere. Fans give her a mixed reaction. Bayley stands tall over Moon and raises her title as the music plays. Could we have a heel turn for Bayley? There's Moon. He's still face. Again, I didn't see it. Sarah Schreiber backstage with Sami Zayn. Did not see this segment either. Sarah asks why Sami is on SmackDown tonight. He starts taking shots at Aleister Black. Sami doesn't see a man asking for a fight. He sees a man asking for help. Sami says Black has all this hype he will never be able to live up to. Sami says Black doesn't need a fight. He needs to be beaten and exposed to the hype so the hype can end and Black can move forward by healing. Sami says he has decided to do that for Black. Again, the golden ticket. He will beat and expose him at SummerSlam. Still to come, King's Court with Jery King Lawler and Trish Stratus. Also, Roman Reigns issued a SummerSlam challenge. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Kayla Braxton is backstage with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Supposedly the moment that he's announcing. Bryan requested this time to make his career-altering announcement. Kayla asks Bryan what the announcement is, but he just walks off. We go to the ring, and Jery King Lawler is out for a special hometown edition of the King's Court. Lawler welcomes everyone, mentions his being in Memphis, and introduces his guest, Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Lawler welcomes Trish after she plays to the crowd. I did get to see some of this segment. Trish says she flew straight from her cottage to be here tonight. They talked about how she missed Raw Reunion special because she's been on vacation with family. Lawler talks about being at Raw last week and how some of the legends sat around backstage talking about how they wish they could have had one final match. Lawler asks Trish if she wants to have one final match, and one more match chant breaks out from the crowd. Before she can answer, Trish says WWE is in her blood. It's part of her heart and soul. She doesn't think there will ever be a time when she doesn't get the itch, but she's a mom now and has mom duties. The music interrupts, and out comes Charlotte Flair. Flair says it's wrong to hold King's Court without the Queen. She also brings up how the greatest superstar of any era isn't booked for SummerSlam. Flair mocks Trish as she enters the ring now. Flair congratulates Trish on being a mom. She calls on Lawler to hold the ropes for her, and he does. Fan chant Jery for his troubles. Flair says there are lots of WWE superstars who are parents. Everyone has moms. And this sounds like an excuse to her. Flair says the greatest moment of Trish's life hasn't happened yet because the Queen challenges her to a SummerSlam match. In front of her perfect children, fans chant one more match again as Trish thinks it over. Flair taunts Trish and mocks her. Flair says she gets it now that WWE is no longer models checking their butts. They are women changing the industry, trailblazers. She expected more out of a competitive fire from Trish. Flair says Trish must not think she can hang with the Queen. Flair tells Trish to get the hell out of her ring, hop in her minivan, and go back to changing diapers. Trish says she respects Flair and thinks that she's an incredible athlete and performer. But right now, she's just being a B-word. Fans pop for Flair. Fans pop for that moment from Trish. Flair stares Trish down. Trish says there would be no trail for Flair to blaze if it wasn't for her and the other WWE Hall of Famers like Lita, Jackie, Ivory, and Beth Phoenix. Trish says Flair should know that to be the woman, she needs to beat the woman. Stealing her own dad's line, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Well, you got to beat the woman. To beat a woman, you got to beat the woman. Trish then says the match at SummerSlam is on. The face off and stare each other down as Trish's music plays. The end of the segment. OC is backstage getting hyped up for their match as champion versus champion main event. All three members, but it's only one-on-one. We go to the latest Firefly Fun from Funhouse segment. Immediately following that segment, Wrangling Rabbit, the puppet, one possessed everyone that mentions how he's a Finn Balor's biggest fan. Balor is extraordinary, but he made a very big mistake when the Fiend was unleashed. Finn just doesn't understand what the Funhouse is all about. Bray Wyatt suddenly appears with a shadow, and the rabbit leaves. Goes on segment. Looks like Wyatt is about to transform into the Fiend, but he doesn't. He laughs, and that's about it. As he says, "Let me in." And we go back to commercial. Back to the break, we see how Universal Champion Brock Lesnar destroys Seth Rollins for Raw. Tom leads us to the WWE website. Report on Rollins doesn't want the company to release updates on his health following the attack. And now to wonder if Rollins versus Lesnar will even take place at SummerSlam now. Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor was up next. We go to the ring with Dolph Ziggler out first, then Balor was up next. As we come back from commercial, match is underway. Fans pop for Balor as he turns around, and after a back and forth match, Ziggler looks to turn around in the corner with a kick to the face. Balor brings him down and drops him with an elbow for a 2 count. Balor waits for Ziggler to get back up. Ziggler blocks the sling blade. Balor blocks the famouser. Ziggler ends up coming back to hit the famouser for a 2 count. Ziggler goes on and cranks up for the sweet chin music, but Balor blocks it and hits the sling blade. Balor with a stomp to the chest. Balor sends Ziggler out of the ring and goes to leap out, but the lights go out in the arena. More sounds go off, and the lights go back all the way back out again. Bray Wyatt suddenly appears as a Fiend. Lights go out back again, and Fiend is gone. Lights come on again. Balor is looking for Wyatt, but he's nowhere to be seen. Ziggler waits behind Balor, and nails sweet chin music, and turns around and pins Ziggler for the win. After the match, Ziggler stands tall and looks back at the ring from the stage as the music plays. So the come segment, Roman makes a challenge for SummerSlam, also special Inside the Mind of the Viper. Interview with Randy Orton and our champion versus champion main event. Which is Shinsuke Nakamura backstage walking to the ring for a match, non-title match, versus Ali. Back for the break, Intercontinental Champion. Shinsuke is out for his non-title match. A rematch from Saturday's Smackville event. And I gave the results of that on the Monday Night Raw results video. The bell rang and Ali immediately nailed a running drop kick to send Nakamura out of the ring. Ali is on fire and leaps out with a suicide dive. Ali with more high impact offense, and Nakamura hasn't even had a chance to recover yet. Nakamura finally manages to bring it back in the ring and turn around. Nakamura unloads and stomps while Ali is down. Nakamura with more offense. Ali ends up dropping Nakamura on his face. Ali goes to the top, but Nakamura cuts him off. Nakamura with a reverse exploder suplex and awaits in the corner, goes for the Kasacha, but Ali meets him with a big super kick. Ali goes to the top, goes for the 450, but Nakamura moved. Nakamura missed another Kasacha, and Ali rolled him up. Nakamura blocks it and hits a DDT. Nakamura goes for the Kasacha again, but Ali countered and got the non-title pinfall. After the match, Ali's music hits, makes his exit up the ramp, celebrating with the fans. Nakamura looks on and not happy. Announcers lead us to a special video package to Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam, narrated by the Viper. New Day is backstage with Kayla Braxton now. They hype up tonight's main event. Kofi declares that SmackDown is no longer the house that AJ Styles built. It's now the palace of positivity. And we see Big E perform the New Day's trademark intro as they head to the ring. Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles. We're going to the ring. Out comes the New Day for tonight's non-title champion versus champion main event. Kofi is out with his tag team partner, the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods. Back to commercial. And all three members of the OC are out with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. The bell rings and trash talking starts. They lock up and trade holds. AJ drops Kofi first with a shoulder block. AJ taunts Kofi before they lock back up and go at it. Kofi takes AJ down and grounds him. AJ breaks it by reaching the bottom rope. And AJ with a single leg takedown. They get back up. AJ takes Kofi down and it holds him with a headlock. Talking trash to Kofi while keeping him grounded. They get up. AJ hits a big drop kick. AJ runs the ropes, but Kofi drops him with a flying back elbow. Kofi ends up hitting a drop kick for the second turnbuckle. AJ ducks Chavo of Paradise attempt, but Kofi clotheslines him over the top rope to the floor. OC checks on AJ and taunts Kofi from the floor. New Day comes over to have words with them. This leads to AJ dropping Kofi with a knee and sending him face first into the ring post. AJ yells about this being his house and then tosses Kofi over to the timekeeper's area. We go to commercial. Back from the break, AJ remains in control, working Kofi over in the middle of the ring. AJ takes it to the corner and then hits a big backbreaker for a 2 count. Kofi finally turns around with a big DDT after AJ controls for several more minutes. New Day rallies for Kofi now. Kofi mounts offense and gets a pop. Kofi hits a boom drop in the middle of the ring. More back and forth now. AJ sidesteps, but Kofi comes right back with a big stomp for a close 2 count on Gallows and Anderson. As Gallows and Anderson look a bit worried at ringside. AJ blocks Trouble in Paradise again. Kofi avoids the neck breaker. Kofi drops AJ with an SOS for another close 2 count in the middle of the ring. Styles counters a move with a knee in midair and then an enziguri. AJ runs into a kick to the face. Kobe goes to the top and hits a splash to AJ's back. Kobe covers for a 2 count. Gallows and Anderson pull AJ out of the ring to safety. Big E and Woods come over to have words with the OC. AJ rocks Kobe with a forearm and at the ropes as he approaches. AJ goes to re-enter the ring, but Kobe knocks him back out to the floor. OC takes Woods and Big E down on the floor. Kobe runs the ropes and leaps out, taking all 3 members of the OC down. And Kobe drags AJ back in the ring. More back and forth. AJ catches Kobe, catches a Kobe springboard, and drops his neck over the knee. AJ with a big forearm from the apron, but not the phenomenal forearm. It looks like Big E takes out Anderson, and then Gallows on the floor. But we can barely see what's happening because of the camera angle. This leads to Kobe hitting Trouble Up Paradise in the middle of the ring to get the non-title win. After the match, Kobe starts celebrating as the New Day joins in the middle of the ring as the music plays. Kayla Braxton backstage, waiting on Roman Reigns to join in for a SummerSlam challenge. Reigns approaches, but Kayla warns him to watch out as we see some backstage scaffolding falling as somebody's pushing it. The person was not seen. As they flip between camera angles to show the large steel structure being tipped over on the big dog. He was not struck at all. He fell right between them. And when they cut to a different angle, he's sitting on the floor. Referees are there now, checking on him, as well as some other feet. And they just showed the cameraman even falling. Sitting on the floor from a floor camera angle, all you see was feet going. A guy in shorts with tennis shoes and some other talent. Kayla calls for help. Medics come over, but Reigns says he's all right. He refuses medical attention and says it didn't hit him. Reigns keeps walking through the backstage, a bit confused and upset at someone trying to kill him. SmackDown goes off the air with no announcement from Roman Reigns. 205 Live Radio starts off the show. Vic Joseph, Nigel McGuinness, and Aiden English welcome us to another edition of 205 Live. Kara Tozawa and Brian Kendrick make their way to the ring with our opening match. Tozawa is still carrying the Bollywood Academy Award statue that he took from the Singh brothers from last week. Sunil and Samir are out second. So we got Akira Tozawa and Brian Kendrick versus the Singh brothers. Tozawa and Samir begin the match. Samir chats him in the corner, stops Tozawa down. Stomps him down. Tozawa fires back with steel shots. Then his fake out jab that knocks Samir to the mat. Kendrick tags in, double teamed by Tozawa and Kendrick. Early pinfall by Samir, kick out with ease. Tozawa back in, it's a Gary flatliner combo. Sunil jumps in, Kendrick sends him to the outside with a drop kick. Tozawa goes for a suicide dive, Sunil grabs his foot, and Samir takes advantage with an attack. Quick tags by the Singh brothers as they wear Tozawa down. They play to the crowd with the signature Bollywood dance moves. Snapmare, headlock from Samir. Tozawa builds momentum, trouble in paradise kick. He makes a hot tag to Kendrick. Kendrick comes in hot, running through both of the Singh brothers with lariats and elbows. The Singhs try to hit Kendrick with their Oscar. Kendrick moves and Samir hits Sunil. Kendrick with a slice spread. Tozawa off the top with a senton. It's over. Kendrick and Tozawa win by pinfall. Commentary talks up Humberto Carrillo before another video package of him plays. This was focusing on his 205 Live and how he hopes to face Drew Gulak again now that he's champion. Carrillo promises that he will be the first of his family to carry WWE Gold. A match graphic for Mike Kanellis and Drake Maverick is shown. If Kanellis wins, he will earn a future Cruiserweight title shot. Preview for tomorrow's NXT was a show featuring Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong. Back from the break, Lucha House Party is interviewed. Calypso says everyone at 205 Live is Lucha. He recalls tearing the house down with Humberto Carrillo and calls Carrillo one of the best superstars on the roster. Liz Dorado jumps in. We haven't seen a Humberto Carrillo and Liz Dorado match, have we? Dorado then leaves. As he is competing in the next match against jery. Both men make their respective entrances. Callisto and Grand Metallic accompany Dorado to the ring. jery versus Dorado was up next. Tie up, Dorado grabs a waistlock. jery muscles him to the ground after grabbing a wrist. Pace picks up. Dorado goes for a hit handspring stunner, but jery has it scouted. Rolls out to ringside. To regroup, Dorado takes to the air and wipes jery out. He throws him back in the ring. jery offers a handshake. Dorado doesn't fall for it. Head scissors drop kick sensation. Dorado climbs. jery pushes him to the outside. Dorado hits the arena floor hard. jery in pursuit. He lands a few shots before bringing Dorado back in the ring. jery attempts to flip over, slam out of the corner. Dorado with right hands creates separation, and Dorado steadies his feet on the top, flying crossbody. Dorado charges. jery with some misdirection plants Dorado with a DDT. Covers. Dorado gets a shoulder up. jery to the middle rope. He goes for the lawler fist drop. Dorado gets a boot up that rocks jery. Dorado with a fury of strikes. Big chop. jery rolls the outside again. Springboard crossbody connects. Back in the ring, Dorado goes for another springboard maneuver. jery surprises him with a super kick. Covers. Only gets 2 count. Dorado goes for the golden rewind again. jery with a $1 million dream. He transitions into the uranagi. Both men are down. Back to the feet. Dorado nails jery with a unique looking kick. He switches around and rolls jery up in a stacked pin. Got him. Dorado wins by pinfall. Lucha House Party celebrate at the top of the entrance path. jery looking disappointed. Backstage, Mike Kanellis is preparing for his match with Maverick. Maria walks by holding the 24/7 championship. They share a moment. Commercial for Smart SummerSlam. Promo from the champ, Drew Gulak. He says SummerSlam, he's supposed to defend the title, but where is my opponent? Asks Gulak. He says he'll be keeping a close eye on tonight's main event, hoping by the night's end he can call Mike Kanellis the next challenger, but if not, he goes back to square one. Main event time. Drake Maverick out first. Mike Kanellis attacks him from behind. Kanellis with a ground and pound. He whips Maverick into the LED boards near the entrance path, then into the steel guardrail. Kanellis grabs a sign that a fan has that says Maverick 24/7 and shoves it in Maverick's face. He then tears it up. Kanellis tosses Maverick off the apron. Referee checks on him. Kanellis screams at the commentary table to end the match. Since Maverick can't compete, another ref helps Maverick up. Instead of heading to the back, he slowly crawls into the ring, indicating that he wants to fight. Bell rings, and this one is official. Here we go. Mike Kanellis versus Drake Maverick, unsanctioned. Kanellis stomps Maverick in the corner. He screams at Maverick for potentially ruining his marriage. He tosses Maverick to the ringside to continue his assault. Backstage, Maria watches on a monitor. She has a smile on her face. Maverick screams in pain, and as he gets sent into the barricade once again. Super kick by Kanellis. He drags Maverick to the commentary table and smashes his face off the top. This is my brand, he says. This is what I fight for, shouts Kanellis. He then sets Maverick on a rolling chair, another super kick. Joseph asks, how much more can Maverick take? Back in the ring, Kanellis throws Maverick into the turnbuckles. Decapitates Maverick with a haymaker. Kanellis rips Maverick's shirt off, running lariat. He pulls off Maverick's belt and lays into his back with it. After more taunting, Kanellis applies a sleeper hold. Crowd tries to rally Maverick into the match. He gets to his feet and breaks a hold by running into the corner. Kanellis charges. Maverick moves and he hits the ring post. Another charge. Then Maverick dodges and Maverick spills to the outside. Baseball side attempt. Kanellis catches Maverick and sets him off the barricade. Kanellis grabs a stack of papers off the commentary table and shoves them into Maverick's mouth. Maverick starts to hulk up. Kanellis with shots, but they have no effect. A flurry of strikes from Maverick. Drop kick. Crowd erupts. Maverick stomps Kanellis down in the corner. Basement drop kick. He picks up his belt. He whips Kanellis in the back repeatedly. Kanellis retreats to the outside. Suicide dive by Maverick. He puts Kanellis on top of the commentary table. DDT. Maverick walks on the barricade for an elbow attempt, but Kanellis moves. Maverick strikes the table and bangs himself up. Kanellis picks up the pieces and throws Maverick into the ring. He goes for a rolling cutter. He stops. Instead, he places Maverick on the top rope for a razor's edge. Maverick turns that into a Frankensteiner. Maverick picks Kanellis up. He uses the ropes and hits it. As the ending of 205 Live for part 2 of your event. Maverick celebrating backstage. Maria Kanellis looks on disappointed. Commentary reminds us that Kanellis will not receive a title opportunity due to the loss. And that concludes the show. After a SmackDown segment from Zayn and Aleister Black, they both wrote, "Do you he wrote, Black took to Twitter and said, he wrote, "Do what you think is necessary, Sammy. I'll be waiting for a resolve. Yours and mine." This week's SmackDown was set to feature the women's tag team champions, Iconics, versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, with a future title shot on the line, but the match never even happened. They cut that with the backstage segment, as they did something with a puppy fever. Dark main events after 205 Live from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, saw SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley retain her title over Charlotte Flair. And that concludes my results for your dark match and the conclusion of 205 Live. Thanks, peace out. See you on me. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.